Welcome back to Statue Talk. I'm Cool Game Collectibles. Shout out to Black Ice Collectibles. Couldn't be here tonight for this episode, but we have a couple topics that I'm gonna talk about today. One being the Twitter head Aquaman 1/6 scale. So I haven't seen any reactions to this statue. I haven't seen um, anything really, any talk, any criticism, any praise. I haven't seen anybody say much about this statue at all. The only, I guess, coverage that we really had of this statue was from San Diego Comic Con, and that's where I guess they Twitter Head did the big reveal of multiple statues. They had the Joker, they had the Harley Quinn, they had unpainted Batman prototype that they were talking about doing some changes to, trying to enlarge the base, and then they would have that painted and then up for production and then pre-order. So, in addition to that, was the Aquaman, and then also the John Stewart and the Flash, and the Superman was already out. So instantly, all of them caught my eye, and as we all do as collectors, we try to see what the community is feeling or what the community is thinking about the specific statue or statues in general, right? So I've been waiting for somebody to say something about this Aquaman, and nobody's talking, man. Nobody's saying a word about this Aquaman. So um, I want to take a look at this Aquaman, and anybody uh, in the chat, please feel free to leave your comments. Please feel free to let me know what are your thoughts. Because I'm wondering, man, why is the community so quiet on this specific piece? Now, I think the Watchtower say that he was excited that one of the companies finally finished the line, but he didn't really give. I don't think he gave details on what he thought about the statue itself. Just more of the fact that it was announced that Twitter here would do an Aquaman. So let's take a look at this Aquaman. Man, let's see what's going on. So I'm logging on to Sideshow's website. It is available on tweeterhead.com, but I normally just go through Sideshow. So let's see. All right, so like I said, it's a 1/6 scale statue, priced at $530, which does make it one of the higher priced statues from Tweeterhead. The what is it? Yeah, the quarter scale Two Face is like 630, but again, that's a quarter scale. The 1/6 scale Two Face is like 505. So that would still make the 1/6 scales. As far as the 1/6 scales, that would make the Aquaman the most pricey. But one of the cool things about this piece is it's only 500 in the edition size. There's no collector's version or exclusive version. It's just one version with all of the switch outs, which, to be honest with you, I can appreciate. Sometimes I think things kind of get lost in the exclusive versus the collectors, and then the collector's edition has everything except maybe one portrait, and then there's an additional $15. But the collector's edition has 2,000 in the edition size, and then the exclusive has like 300. And then what ends up happening is the collector's edition sits. So to have a piece like this where it's just one statue, you get all of the switch outs, and we'll take a look at the different portraits for this one, as well as the arm switch out. So again, this piece is a part of the Justice League line that Tweeterhead is doing. It stands at 20.25 inches tall. Let's actually do this so we can take a look at the different images of it. So as far as a comic book version of this character, I think they did a really good job. I am uh, more in favor of the movie version. To be honest with you, I like the movie version. There's something about the costume. There's something about the seriousness that comes with that character. Not to mention, I'm just a fan of the movies or the movie and having him in Justice League as well. So this is one portrait, I guess more of a younger version of Aquaman, but this is showing you the multiple ways of displaying. So I think the water effect is awesome, very very good. This is probably the most dynamic pose out of all of Tweeterhead's 1/6 scale line. The other ones are more museum posed. This is the only action pose. You have the hook switch out, and you have the younger version portrait. You have the bearded version portrait. I just think it's a really dope piece. And again, keep it in mind, it's only 500 of these worldwide. So another way to display. And again, that water effect it is very lifelike. I like the design of the water. I like the color scheme that they use for the water. The light to dark blues with the hints of whites in it. Just very very detailed. I can't wait to see this one in person. But it looks like a real wave, a real water effect, real water effect. One of the things I'm not a huge fan of, and I mean this is just superheroes in general, man, but the like the underwear on top of the pants kind of thing. I mean that it's funny, but it is what it is. Most superheroes had costumes like this, but I think it's more of the color scheme, the green on green. I don't know that kind of clashes to me. When you have like suit, you have a different color. Batman is a different color. To have Aquaman with the exact same color on top of each other, it just I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. But that's a minor thing. Definitely wouldn't stop me from getting the statue itself. Picture of the Trident. I think that's dope. Getting the younger portrait, and there's a close up of both portraits. I think both of them are dope. I do plan on displaying it with the bearded version. I think it's a more rugged look, a more serious look. I don't know, man. Just look like he's been grinding for a long time. He's been fighting off these villains for a long time. No time to shave when you're going to work. So I like that. Yep, multiple angles of the wave, the base, like the trident there. All around, I think this is a really nicely done statue. They did a good job on this one. And again, I'm baffled that more people are not talking about this statue. I can't believe that people are not saying anything, especially when it's only 500 in the edition size. I can't believe that people aren't excited about this one. Or maybe they are, but nobody's like publicly saying anything. So again, just looking at the dimensions on it, 20.25 inches in height, width is 11 inches, and then the depth is 13 inches. So not going to be a big footprint at all. Should fit well in any collection. And how most people felt like when it comes to the Rose Gallery, right? People have been waiting for a Two-Face for a very long time, and Tweeterhead is finally that company to give that character, right? I kind of feel the same way. I've heard a lot of people say they haven't seen a comic book Aquaman. Well, here it is, man. And again, nobody's saying anything. So please let me know y'all thoughts. Let me know what y'all think about this statue. Let me know what y'all think about the entire Justice League line that Twitterhead is producing. Let me know what y'all think, man. I like them. I do plan on getting all of them. So I have two on the way. We already have the Superman. I'm waiting for them to reveal or put up the Batman for pre-order. But I'm excited, man. So let me know what y'all think about this one, because I'm stunned that nobody's talking about this statue. But you know what? One thing that comes to mind is if it was in quarter scale, in addition to 1/6, will more people be talking about it? And on the last episode, well, actually a couple episodes ago, we were talking about the different scales and people's favorite scales. And again, it just seems like that quarter scale is the most popular scale. So if a statue's not made in the quarter scale, it may not get as much attention. It may not get as much, um, I don't know, we want to cut coverage, as much favor. People may not be in awe as much because they look at, the public would look at a 1/6 scale as just being a smaller version and not as detailed or not as high in quality as a quarter scale. But I think these are very highly detailed, definitely very good quality on these. The portraits are amazing. I just think they're very, very well designed statues. And we talk about real estate all the time. These don't take up a lot of space. Quarter scales tend to, or they can take up a lot of space, especially if you go with companies that tend to make a larger base with a lot of detail in the base. And then also those statues can be very heavy. Uh, I guess besides the Joker statue with the huge base, the huge chair with all of the details under it, with the exception of that one, the majority of these aren't very heavy. They usually, I would say, they hang around the maybe 12 to 20 pound range. I mean, it's not too heavy. That Joker, that was like a 40-pound statue. So, and we're talking about the 1/6 scale. I believe the quarter scale might have been somewhere between 60 and 80 pounds. So, I mean, that's a heavy statue. So, let me know your thoughts. I've seen people do reactions and reviews of the Flash. I've seen reactions and reviews on the Superman, of course, the black suit and the red suit Superman. I've even seen people do reaction videos to, well, sorry, before I go to that, I've seen people do reaction and reviews on the John Stewart Green Lantern. I've seen people do reaction videos to the Wonder Woman. No reviews on it yet, obviously, because it's not out yet. The release date for that one is somewhere between July and September. But we we've seen reaction videos to it. I have not seen a reaction video to this Aquaman, so I'm happy to bring it to you first. And if you do know of somebody who has done a reaction video and I just haven't seen it, please send it to me. Make me aware of it. Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Comment under the video. Let me know, who else has done a reaction to it, because I'm interested. I would love to know what the rest of the community thinks about this particular statue. So let's see. Outside of that, on the last episode, we were talking about Jimmy Palace. And I didn't know a whole lot about Jimmy Palace. I had only seen two of the League of Legends pieces from Jimmy Palace. One was Ash, one was Lucian. I believe it's pronounced Lucian and maybe Lucian. Um, there was another character who was announced. Matter of fact, I want to say it was Seth. It's a Seth on Throne, but I haven't seen it hit any website for pre-order. It is only on the Instagram page where they talked about it. So I just happened to be on YouTube and came across an event. This is it's called Anime Expo 2023 Walking Tour, and this took place in Los Angeles. Well, guess who just happened to be at this event? Jimmy Palace. So I do want to. I don't want to go through the entire video, but I do want to display or show some of the stuff that they revealed. So just to make it easier on myself, what I'm gonna do is just share. Go ahead and share the screen. And I'm gonna kind of skim through the video. I don't want to watch the entire thing because it's like an hour and a half, and there's only specific statues that I really want to highlight. So let's take a look at this real quick. Boom, boom. And again, this took place in Los Angeles. I want to say this was yesterday. Actually, this was today. This was earlier today. This event took place, and several pieces from anime, different anime. And here's the event. Boom. So they had some really good stuff. Sorry about that. Now, I'm not a huge anime fan, or I don't follow anime in detail like that. I do like Dragon Ball Z, and I know a little bit about Naruto. But actually, hold on, man. Hold on, because those were dope. Let's go back real quick. They had some really good stuff at this expo. So I wanted to take a look at the Transformers real quick, and then they also had some Power Rangers. Now I did see they posted Power Rangers on Instagram as well. So that one is dope. I couldn't catch the price on those, and I'm not sure exactly what scale, but these do look good. So Transformers fans, I mean, it looks like it's just a different take on Transformers. So if you went to this event, let me know in the comments. Please let me know, that you went and what you thought about the event.
I've got home internet from T-Mobile. It only costs $50 at T-Mobile.
But I definitely want to get to where they displayed or they filmed the Jimmy Palace booth. But all in all, I mean, it looks like a fun event. All kind of stuff going on. So if you're an anime fan, I mean, if you didn't go to this, you missed out. So all of my anime fans, let me know which which booths would you have been interested in visiting if you could go to this event? Or which companies do you like? Pack. I mean, it looks just like one of the cons. So let me see. Let me try to find exactly where. it caught me by surprise too because I was just outside cutting grass and weed eating and all of that kind of stuff, doing some stuff in the backyard. Then I happened to pull my phone out and went to YouTube real quick, and I don't know what I was looking for, but I stumbled upon this. It was a live event, and it was like perfect timing because they just happened to be walking up to the Jimmy Palace, the Jimmy Palace booth. Excuse me. Again, I was amazed, man. Like, man, this is exactly what we were just talking about. Specifically, the League of Legends statues. And so I'm sorry, I'm really not interested in a lot of this. I'm really just trying to find this booth so we can take a look at those two statues. Not two. There were like five on this. I hope I didn't pass them up. Man, I should have went through a timestamp these things. Okay, well, you know what? This is what I'm doing. Because this is the entire event. What I'll do is just try to see if I can find a video that's specific to the League of Legends. Yeah, man, let me see if I can find another one. Ah, okay. So I found the Seth. Give me a second. Share this one real quick. And the Seth is on throne, which is interesting because the first two are not on throne. So I don't know if they just went with the trend that's happening. Although I thought the whole throne thing started a couple years ago, or at least a year ago, and now everybody's on throne. I mean, characters that never even sat on the throne are on throne, but they decided to go with that too. So here's the Seth. All in all, I think the color scheme on it is awesome. I think the design is awesome. I would have preferred it as a non-throne piece myself, but it's dope. It is. If you've been keeping up with the channel, we've been talking about Black Icons, not knowing a whole lot about League of Legends, but kind of diving in and doing some research and learning more. And it just seems like even by mistake, I'm starting to come across more and more from League of Legends and specifically from Jimmy Palace. That was the set. I just saw. Go back a second because yep. This is what we were talking about the other day too when I was talking about the ad. Now these are in 1/6, so not your quarter scale piece, and I know most people do kind of prefer quarter scale, but they are dope, heavily detailed. To me, the paint application on these is just amazing. Color schemes are awesome. Look at that, man. Honestly, the ice bow and arrow was what got me. That's what caught me. And then I was just like, man, what is this? I thought the bass was dope. And then of course them adding a little snow effect just makes it even cooler because you can imagine the scene that she was in. I thought that was dope, man. And then the other one was Lucian. Let me see if they have Lucian. If they have it, then I'll show that one too. Boom. There it is. So the Lucian did come out a couple months back, and it did sell out. It sold out. It was on wait list on
今天
Sideshow.
来看看，在英雄联盟中，我一直很喜欢玩
And
的
look at the face,
ADC。
man.
现
That
在我
face
们就一起
is
组装，
awesome.
来看看究竟是哪个人物吧。
Legends never die when the world is calling
A lot of
you.
detail to it.
Can you hear them
Now what I wonder
screaming?
is
今天开箱的则是来自集美殿堂的圣枪游侠卢锡安。这次外观方面采用了光明哨兵的皮肤来呈现，所以在地台上也加入了福耶格的破败气息，而且在夜晚绿色部分还带有夜光效果。卢锡安的头雕还原度还是挺不错的，头发的细节也十分清晰。服装的整体还原度很高，而且涂装也相当精细。武器则带有做旧和渐变涂装。而且这次人物整体的动态造型，我觉得设计非常不错。那么以上就是这款集美殿堂圣枪游侠卢锡安的全部内容了。那么问问大家，在撸啊撸这个游戏中，你们最喜欢的是哪个人物呢？
While we're on the League of Legends, there's also another site that I want to show you. So I am thinking about collecting some of these. So let me see. I would love to get y'all opinion on these. Tell me what y'all think. If you just joined us again, welcome to Statue Talk. That's what we do, baby. We talking about these statues. Anything we come across, anything that stands out to us, anything that we think is dope, we talking about. And would love to hear your comments on them. So they also, Riot Games, they also have that 1/6 scale Lucian on sale. But I'm somewhat intrigued by these, man. So these, one, they're very, very cost efficient because only $75, right? But they have awesome detail and they still come in at a pretty decent scale. They don't specify the scale on these, but most of them seem to be 10, some of them 11 inches, 12 inches in height, sometimes 8 inches in width. So just for Darius, you have 12.4 inches for the height, the width 9.8, and then the depth 9.1. But as you can see, the detail on these things are awesome. So if you're a collector and you're trying to do things at a feasible cost, this might be an option for you. But again, the detail on these things are awesome, man. Oh, that was Darius. That's one I'm interested in. But again, it's not just those. They have more costly ones as well. You have your 1/7 scales. Again, they have the 1/6 scale. So pretty much at any price point, you find where you fit in. This one is a quarter scale. So we actually looked at this one on Sideshow on one of our last lives. So I mean, they have everything, man. RiotGames.com is definitely a good spot to check if you are interested in League of Legends. Again, price point is a little higher though. You're looking at $940. But again, this one is 19 inches in height, 16.93 inches in width, and then 20 inches in depth. So, quarter scale, man, you're gonna get a lot more in detail. It's a lot heavier. And this one is by Infinity Studios. But very, very good detail on. With this one, I'm not sure if they have switch outs for these. I don't know if any of the League of Legends pieces have switch outs because the characters are usually pretty true to who they are on the game or on that animated series. And usually, I don't think those characters switch weapons. Whatever they have as their weapon, that's what they do. That's what they use. Those switch outs are awesome, man. We love switch outs. So, Riot Games, if you're listening, we could definitely, or we encourage you to add some different portraits in for these characters. Maybe a switch out with a weapon in the hand and a switch out with the weapon not in hand. Again, that's some of the 1/7 scales. Another one I was checking out, I think the Lux was dope. So actually, Sideshow has, you know what? Let me pull it up real quick so you can see that too. Because what Sideshow has done is create, I don't know if they're looked at as a poster or as a drawing. I don't really. Let me see. I'm see if they'll tell us how they categorize it. But they come framed, which I think is dope. But basically, what they do is provide a poster, something like a poster that goes with these characters. I just think that's dope, man. Okay, so here's two of them. One is for Lux. Let's see, one is for Lux, and then one is for Misfortune. Boom. So these are actually dope, man. I mean, if you're into League of Legends, if you know anything about this line, if you know about the story, then you'll understand. Uh, Here's the Misfortune that goes with the statue. Like I said, already comes framed. This is by Infinity Studios. I thought it was by Sideshow specifically, but it's actually by Infinity Studio. But that one again goes with the Misfortune, and then they also have one that goes with Lux. So we'll show that one real quick. So I'm wondering, are they going to do one for Lucian? Are they going to do one for Viego, Rakan, Echo? Are they going to start to do those portraits or posters? Are they going to do those for each one of these characters? And again, that's the one for Lux. Yeah. So if you like those, man, Sideshow has those. At the moment, they're both waitlisted. But again, those go with the. Get back to the Riot Games site real quick. those are to be paired with these. So again, they have some dope stuff. One of the things again I mentioned is it's kind of heavy female character dominated. So there are several male characters too, but there are definitely more female characters. Again, there's the Ash. So I thought that Ash was fire. Vi. There's some dope stuff. And I know we're talking high quality statues. So just because we say high quality doesn't necessarily mean it is um, extremely high in cost, right? You can have a very detailed, very high quality design statue and not pay $1,000 for it. You know, there's all kind of statues out there now, man, to where you you can find what fits your price point. Um, Initially, I started out at quarter scale. I probably mentioned that a bunch of times, and then eventually went to the 1/10th, and then 1/6. I have Ninja Turtles at 1/8. Um, I'm looking at some stuff, man. I'm looking at quarter scale Batman Tactical, but I'm also looking at some 1/3 stuff. I think that Blade statue is awesome. Uh, my boy Black Ice has Rocky and Apollo Creed, which you know what, I wanted to take a look at that Apollo Creed, man, because I'm a huge Rocky fan, and I'm really considering getting this 1/3 Apollo Creed. But of course, you would have to pair it with Rocky. So that's two 1/3 scales, man. But I'm considering it. I'm really considering it. So I know those are by our friends over at PCS. Of course, they have the new RoboCop. They have this Ghostbuster line that's dope. I'm sure me and Black Eye should talk about these. Boom, 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 boom. There's the Rocky. That's Rocky 4. We're looking for Rocky 2. Let's see. Do they have a franchise? I am a fan of those X-Men pieces, not X-Men, my bad. The Mortal Kombat pieces, that Katana and Melina are both dope. I think that Clubber Lang is dope. Man, I wonder if that Apollo is sold out. Like I said, I was cutting the grass earlier today, and as I was cutting the grass, I was just thinking about just different stuff that I would add to the collection, man. And I kept thinking about Rocky for some reason. I don't know what triggered that, but I was thinking about Rocky and kept thinking about that Apollo Creed statue. I don't know, man. It's hard to not be interested in buying those when I'm such a huge fan of the movies. So, you know what, man? That's taking too long. Let's do this. Let's see. I wonder if it's sold out. Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, so there's a 1/6. I was curious if they would do these on a smaller scale. There's that Apollo. It is way listed. Yeah, I was curious. Since they had them in a 1/3, I was curious if they would do either a 1/4 or a 6 scale. Now the 6 scale, I know it's usually Hot Toys, but Let's take a look at this. Wow, the detail is awesome on it. Yep, the likeness is good. Yep, great detail. Switch. Oh, these are by Star Ace Toys. Okay. Yeah, man, that looks like Apollo. So I wonder if these have joints. It looks like they might. And one of the things we talked about on the last episode too, man, when it comes to hot toys, I like hot toys. I'm a fan of hot toys. I don't want to pose them myself. I would rather just buy a statue that's already posed. Be good to go. Yeah, so these are actual figures. So these are cool. Not necessarily more interested in the statue itself, but that's cool. I didn't know they made these. Man, I might have to get on the wait list for this one, bro, because I gotta have Apollo Creed in the collection. But I'm also curious to see if they do something smaller than a 1/3. If they do a quarter scale, I mean, since I'm on this 1/6 scale kick right now, it would be awesome to get a 1/6 scale, but I'll be cool with a quarter scale. And then let me see. I want to check the height on these too, because they don't have a very large footprint. I know the height on them because the third scale is probably pretty tall, but the bases on these aren't too large. So let me see. So 26 inches tall, that's not that bad. And then 13 and 13 for the width and the depth. All right. I'm considering, man. I might go ahead and jump on the wait list for this Apollo Creed and see what happens. I'll let fate, take its course. And if I get the congratulations email from Iron Studios saying you have the opportunity to get this statue, then I might go ahead and press the go button on that one, man, and get the Apollo Creed. And then of course I would have to get this Rocky to pair with it. Yeah, man. I really wish they would do like a quarter scale statue in these two. And both of these, the Rocky and the Apollo Creed. So Rocky, man, Rocky fan. All right, man. So we started today talking about that Aquaman from Tweeterhead. We looked at some League of Legends stuff and talked about a lot of different things that Riot Games is offering right now. They have multiple scale League of Legends pieces. And then just, like I said, while I was out cutting the grass, man, thinking about the Rocky movie. And I think it was boxing, man, because I honestly, on YouTube, a lot of times those videos pop up and it's like Mayweather highlights versus Maidana, or Mayweather versus Birdo highlights, or against Pacquiao highlights, stuff like that. And of course, every single time I go to YouTube, I'm seeing a video or advertisement, people talking about this Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight that's coming up in July or at the end of this month. And I think that's what happened, man. As I was, looking at that stuff, and your mind wanders, bro. I started thinking about Rocky and boxing and stuff like that. And the more I thought about Rocky, the more I thought about the characters and stuff. And it was like, man, I really like the Apollo Creed. And boom, That's where the idea came from, man. Go take a look again at these. And then, of course, my boy Black Ice has both of those displayed in his collection. And I just never, I don't know, man. I don't know why it never clicked, and I never thought, why not get that? Why not get the Rocky and the Apollo Creed? As huge of a fan as I am of Rocky, man, and I mean the franchise in general. I love the Creed movies. I think those are awesome. Yeah, man. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, we'll let fate take its course, man. And if I get that congratulations email, I might have to get the Apollo Creed, man. And if you get the Apollo Creed, you gotta get Rocky to pair it off with. So we'll see. We'll see. But please let me know what are your thoughts on that Aquaman by Tweeterhead. I need to know what y'all thinking, man. I need to know what's up. Nah, it's not gonna stop me from getting it. Like I said, I'm building this Justice League line behind me, and that's where we are, man. That's where my collection is going. I added another shelf, and I do plan on doing another room tour soon. Just kind of procrastinating and actually just waiting for more of my pre-orders to come in. So I have about 3 or 4 on pre-order now. As soon as those come in, we'll do some unboxings, and then once everything is updated and on the shelf, I'll probably go ahead and do another room tour. But appreciate y'all as always, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Please comment. Let me know. I respond to comments all the time. I always talk about being a younger collector, and what I mean by that is just, haven't been collecting for very long. But, this is where I'm at, man. This is what I'm doing, and I appreciate y'all for joining me on the journey. Just enjoying ourselves, man, doing our collecting thing. So let me know what y'all think about the stuff we talked about today. And I'll catch y'all on the next live. Stay cool.